Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. In a prior video, we discussed at length a recent incident involving certain foreign nationals here in Thailand up in Pai, up north, which is sort of a popular town, kind of a sleepy place, I'm told. I've never actually been there, but I'm told that it's quite popular with expats as well as tourists. In a recent video we made, we discussed a situation involving some Israeli nationals that apparently caused a great deal of consternation and ruckus in Thailand as a result of an incident that occurred at an emergency room where vandalism and things took place. And the Interior Minister, Anutin Chanvirakul, made it clear that he was going to look into the matter, and now we're following up on that prior video. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, Anutin Swats Away Misinformation in Pai. Quoting directly, Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul on Wednesday dismissed reports suggesting that Israeli tourists had, quote, taken over, unquote, the resort town of Pai in northern Thailand, calling the claims exaggerated. Speaking during a visit to the district in Mae Hong Son province with Orna Sagiv, the Israeli ambassador to Thailand, Mr. Anutin said there was no evidence of any security threat. Citing the provincial governor, he said reports about Israeli tourists had been blown out of proportion. He reassured the public that the visitors posed no risk to national security or the local community. Now, I think it's worth pointing out here, Anutin, maybe not a lover of foreigners here in Thailand. I think it's a safe sort of thing to say. For those who have sort of been keeping up with this going back into COVID, there was the whole smelly farang incident that, you know, perhaps was not the most polite thing to have said about foreigners, you know, associated in that situation. Now that said, you know, I mean, look, foreigners don't vote in Thailand. So the folks that are worried about this or who were upset about that, well, you know, that didn't have a lot of electoral impact on him, okay? Point I'm trying to make with even bringing up that past incident is the fact that, look, whatever you want to say about Anutin, I don't think it's inaccurate to say that, look, he's going to be heavily scrutinizing foreign activity in Thailand, and he's not exactly going to be your best buddy, warm, fuzzy pal guy, okay? So if he's saying there's no security threat, that's something I'm going to listen to as a Thai, and I think objectively, based on his history, you can say, hey, look, there's something to be said for his word with regard to the situation here. That said, quoting further, quote, I've been assured that these visitors obey the law and pose no threat to the local community, unquote, he said. The visit followed media reports of an influx of Israeli tourists in Pai, with some local residents reportedly expressing reluctance to welcome them after a series of incidents. The most widely publicized case involved 4 Israelis who vandalized the emergency room at Pai Hospital. Yeah, I did a video on that. It's like, what are you doing? You're vandalizing an emergency room? I mean, what is that? That said, quoting further, after forcing their way in, you know, just insanity to see a compatriot receiving treatment following a motorcycle accident. The 4 were fined 3,000 baht each, had their tourist visas revoked, and were subsequently deported to Israel. They have also been, and this is worth pointing out, permanently barred from re-entering Thailand. So whatever you want to say about this past incident, I mean, I would say from the Thai standpoint, whatever happened there, it's been resolved. These people have been deported and they're barred from ever coming back. So, you know, I think that in terms of the people causing the incident, there's been a remedy. Quoting further, during his visit, Mr. Anutin met Rabbi Nehemiah Wilhelm, who gave him a tour of the local Chabad house, a religious and community center where Jewish prayers are held every Friday and meals are shared. According to Rabbi Wilhelm, the center is open to everyone, though security screening is in place. He clarified that Thai people are not prohibited from entering the premises. Ambassador Sagiv said that around 20 Israeli families had settled in Pai, marrying Thai nationals and starting families. She also expressed her appreciation for the opportunity to engage with local communities across Thailand. So again, it looks like one of those situations where, look, it was a bad situation. Law enforcement got involved. Law enforcement all the way up to arguably one of the top guys in law enforcement and immigration here in Thailand, and one of the top guys across the board here in Thailand, personally went, as the thumbnail shows, personally went up there to check in on this because Thais were concerned about what was going on. And it looks like that although their concerns may have been warranted regarding a small group of individuals, those individuals have now been deported. They're barred from re-entering the country. And it looks like all is well now up in Pai, at least according to the Interior Minister. And quite frankly, knowing his past with regard to his opinions on foreigners generally, I think it's fairly credible and objective to state that, look, if this guy is saying there's not a problem up there, me as a Thai even, I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty reassured that all is well in Pai here in the Kingdom of Thailand.